Hello, I'm King Ross, your my lol subjects. Buy this shirt now or just please f*** off. Here are all your WTF moments from WWE SmackDown Live. First of all, why do all WWE superstars have to watch a television like this, with their bodies pointing away from the screen and the necks tilted at an awkward angle? Second of all, WTF with the W meaning why was Shane and Daniel Bryan watching that camera angle? That camera angle that was far more inconclusive than the actual camera angle that was used on SmackDown Live last week. The angle shown last week clearly show AJ hit the floor before Luke, and that Luke should be going to the main event of WrestleMania, and we shouldn't be going round in this tedious, it's not tedious at all, we shouldn't be going round in this circle where we don't know who's going to go in the match, and storylines. It's Otunga time once again, mother flippers. Yes, I still can't swear, which in my opinion is ruining the general flow of these WTF moment videos, because I'm constantly thinking I can't swear. When I can swear, things just flow, funnier things are said, it's a general all-round better product. But now, I'm constantly schizophrenic about my swearing, so I'm constantly thinking about things I shouldn't be thinking about. Anyway, David Otunga, isn't he rubbish? He hoped that The Miz would have a good guest on this week's Miz TV, despite the fact that John Cena was announced bare time before the show went on the air last night. Now, I don't know, I've never been a bloody lawyer. Surely research and all that malarkey is part of being a good lawyer. Do your research, you don't come out with silly lines like that make you look rubbish, just rubbish, a rubbish man with a rubbish fashion sense and a rubbish eye. Wait, f***ing shit this. Now the noise of Tiddly Tom Phillips commentating over the top of the Miz's entrance got me to thinking. We all saw what happened last weekend with those alleged messages from Tom over Instagram to a lady saying he wanted to do very rude things to her face with his massive stonking erection. But the noise of Tom and the sight of Miz got me all broody and got me wondering what a baby child produced by Tom and Mike would look like. Surely its finisher would be the face f***ing finale because of those alleged messages that haven't been proven to be true or false yet. Yay! Face f***ing. I've sworn 5 times, but there was a funny joke there. Laugh. Haha. WhatCulture signs 4 of them. 4 of them. It's John O'Clock, motherfuckers! Sign! 5 signs, one's a John O'Clock one. Ha! Next we move on to the commentators and just look at how much of a bunch of bullies they all look there to poor old Tom after what happened allegedly last weekend. All the commentators, giggling like little schoolgirls, said they couldn't wait to see the dinosaur-sized bone that John Cena was going to pick with The Miz. Now that line, coupled with that, I don't know what the f*** I'm doing here, coupled with that sight there of them all giggling and laughing, makes me think it's a bit of an insider reference. I've come up with this theory because I'm a f***ing hack that can read between the lines and come up with any old shit, and you'll all buy it. Yeah, love it. Now, as we all know, Tom Phillips is a tall man. Maybe he's not just tall in the height department that causes him to do the Tom Spiracies all of the damn time. Maybe he's also got length in the trouser department with his dinosaur-sized bone. The dinosaur-sized bone that he allegedly talked about on Instagram to a fan where he said he wanted to face flip the poo out of her. Right. I mean, it's not like WWE have a track record for this sort of thing. Go back to 205 Live a few weeks ago where we had the debut of Trip Bradshaw 7 days after JBL fell flat on his arse for the first bloody time. And I will not forget about that. Proving internet virgins, wrong moment of the week. I monitor Twitter, I look at dem mentions. Everybody was laughing at The Miz and Maurice when they stood up to John Cena, but when Nikki Bella was running down the ramp, they both scarpered. Like Brock Lesnar was about to tear their heads off. It would have been funnier with a flip. Oh my God, it's the star from Total Bellas. We've got to get out of here. But I'm here to tell you worthless vegetables that this all makes sense. As we all know, The Miz uses Maurice as a shield constantly. This means that he's not afraid to stand up to John Cena because, as we all know, men cannot and should not put their hands on women in any shape, form or fashion. As long as Maurice is in front of Miz, he's not going to do anything to her, which means he can't do anything to him. However, when Nikki Bella comes running down the ramp, she only has eyes for Maurice. Maurice is scared of Nikki. She's scarpered from the ring. The Miz lost his shield. He's scarpered from the ring because he's going to get his arse handed to him by John Cena, and that's why it all happened. All you people going, Nikki Bella's Brock Lesnar are just wrong. Look at what's happening in front of your eyes and just accept it instead of moaning on the internet like a worthless tit.
I'm Hobo Joe.
God, how have you done this?
Got a big issue with you.
What?
Nikki Bella's like really tough. She's the longest reigning Divas champion of all time.
I know, but John, it's funny how they run away from her, but big John Cena, if he stood in front of you, you're going to run away from him, aren't you? Because he's absolutely massive. Nothing against Nikki, it's just John's big and scary.
Okay.
Go away. In fact, you know what? F*** off, Hobo Joe! He's out the f***ing double! It's Jericho once again, motherfuckers! Despite the fact he has a penchant for climbing up very tall mountains and leaving his blood juice all over the top of them, yes, it's not snow, it's JBL's frozen blood juice. JBL is not very good at geography, as I'm about to tell you by reading what I've written down here. JBL claims we're in Minneapolis, Minnesota, when in fact Smack Diddly Down Live was in St. Paul, Minnesota. St. Paul is the capital and second most populous city of the US state of Minnesota. As of 2015, the city's estimated population was 300,851. John, and Dave for that matter, because I've called you out in this video already, that is called research. Something you should do before going on air in front of the goddamn world. Something a sexual wank pheasant should do, should be something you do in your bloody sleep. Maybe I should come over there and take your derb. Take your derb. Look at that dirty old bugger there, copping a feel of Becky Lynch's dench arms. Some say that this is a glimpse into the future of Jack the Jobber's life. Of course, you can follow him on Twitter at Jack_the_Jobber, because as we all know, he has a penchant for Becky Lynch's big dench arms. However, I'm here to tell you it's not really a glimpse into his life, because that dirty old bugger there has hair. He's losing his now. He won't have hair when he's that age. Ha 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 ha. Next we move on to Natalia, who asks backstage interviewer Dasha Fuentes, I think that's her second name, as Liam Slater knows, I'm not very good with names, if her and Alexa Bliss can have a minute for 1 second. Hey, what? As we all know, so many questions in life have answers like Vince McMahon. How many Vince McMahons does it take to screw in a light bulb? None! The light bulb screwed itself. How many WWE superstars does it take to change a light bulb? Enough to make Roman look strong. Smarky wank pheasant. Flames. But one question that certainly doesn't have an answer is how do you fit 1 minute into a second? Only Natalia can tell us this, and even I don't think she could tell us this. So earlier in the night, John Cena claimed that he had zero stroke within WWE, otherwise he would be in the ring with The Undertaker and not The Miz heading into WrestleMania. However, later in the night, while he and Nikki Bella were doing a lovely, lovely couples interview backstage, they were interrupted by Carmella and James Ellsworth, and John, big bollocks John, booked a match without consulting either General Manager Daniel Bryan or Commissioner Shane McMahon. He's booking matches without asking the authority figures, and he's telling us he has no bloody stroke around these parts. Now, as we all know, I have overtaken Adam Blompier and become the John Cena of WhatCulture. So that would be like me booking something but not asking me bosses. Great. The sight of empty chairs around ringside. Why, I always thought they filmed 2 Live after WWE SmackDown Live and not during it. Next we move on to the worst chair match ever. We start off with Dolph Ziggler's arse backward booking. He comes out, he gets attacked from behind, he fights from underneath and wins valiantly. I know he did a low blow at the end, but who can blame him after Apollo Crews' dirty trick at the start? Arse backwards, they're booking him as a heel, but he's getting bigger babyface pops than he has in the past 3 or 4 years. But this chairs match might as well have been a normal singles match right up until the end of the match. This point was hammered home to this sexual wank pheasant when Ziggler had a chair held up right in front of his face. The entire world, even blind people, were screaming out for a Van Daminator. It was there. I reckon I could have done it the amount of time that Ziggler had the chair held there for, but no, Apollo Crews bypassed the chair and just kicked Ziggler power upside the heat. Surely he must know a kick to a chair to the head is far more devastating than just a kick to the head. Surely, all of his brain power isn't just directed to his face, and that smile that will never stop. I suppose this is just another example to us all that this is what Sasha Banks was actually referring to 2 nights ago on WWE Raw, where she said that the stupid face. Apollo is a stupid face. A face, baby face, that is stupid. Fire, burn. It's a fucking hat trick! It's John coming in! Next we have the moment where John called Apollo Crews' blatant rip-off of an angle slam the gold medal slam. Never in a million years has the angle slam been known as the gold medal slam. So WTF is John talking about here? I don't diddly know. It's like when you go to Japan and you see all these knockoff car manufacturers, but you know what they're trying to rip off. You can see straight through it. It's clear that they've copied something and just called it something else. Take, for example, and I've done more research here because I'm a wank pheasant. Sexual one at that. It's like the Lifan 320. That's clearly a rip-off of the Mini. Or the Shuangguan Seiko. That's a rip-off of a BMW X5. What Apollo did was a blatant rip-off of an angle slam, but JBL was trying to call it something else. I think this metaphor works. I don't know if it does. I'm still pissed from the stream last night where I saw off a lot of bloody Jack Daniels and literally got married, maybe. Kenny claimed he got ordained, but we don't know, to Adam Pacitti. I might be a married man. Who knows? Soz ladies. Right then. The last scene of the entire night. Randy Orton is a naughty boy, isn't he? Let's just look at this with a broad stroke of a brush. Bray Wyatt's like, "Oh, hey, Randy, and you come join me clan." Randy's like, "No, pal. F*** you. That deserves a swear there. I'm going to burn your bloody hoose down with your spirit animal underneath it." I've just called Sister Abigail an animal. Aren't I a terrible human being? But earlier in the scene, we have somebody inside the cabin filming Randy Orton as he douses the walls in petroleum. Then we cut to a camera outside. Randy walks out the door, douses the door in more petrol, and then sets the whole bloody thing ablaze. At no point do we see the man who's filming Randy Orton leave the little cabin, presumably meaning that Randy Orton is a murderer. He's burned somebody alive. I suppose that brings new meaning to the term heat. Just like Dolph Ziggler though, WWE have the baby face and heel dynamic all of a twizzle here. Who is the baby face and who is the heel in this situation? Bray Wyatt gets pops wherever he goes. Randy Orton has burned down his house, burned his spirit animal under the ground, and made the heel maybe cry, painting him as a babyface, if nothing else. Who are we supposed to cheer? Who are we supposed to boo? I don't diddly know. Blah. And then we have Randy's decision to go after the WWE Championship after all. Why not just win the Royal Rumble, turn on Bray the next night, so you save yourself all these weeks of hassle and horse poo where you don't actually know if you're going to go to the main event because AJ Styles is the new #1 contender, because last week you decided, or 2 weeks ago, you decided you didn't bloody fancy it. Why not just save yourself all the headaches and turn straight away and have a clear path to Mania instead of doing all these bloody things? Bloody storylines there, getting in the way of pissing logic. Hey, bugger my bum. I'm Jack _the Jobber. And these are the takeaways. At Jack _the Jobber on Twitter does not know what a takeaway is in his own house of a show. I know I've sworn again, but I don't care at this point. So I'm here to give you my takeaway from the Randy Orton burning down the house thing. Tom Jones burning down the house. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Isn't it a bit of a drastic measure for Randy to be burning down a house this early in a potential feud? I know it's been building for months and months and months, but this is the first twist we've had in a real long time. So surely an RKO, a move, a punt to the head, anything but burning down the house at this point in the storyline would have been enough. Surely after the match at Mania, where they're having a series of rematches throughout the summer, then the burning of the house should come in, which tips Bray Wyatt over the edge and gives birth to a new monster heel instead of a crying baby. How can you be a big, sweaty, demonic, mystical badass when you're on the floor crying as world champion? That's a sight we should never see. But I'm rambling. That was my takeaway. That's it for the WTF Moments from WWE SmackDown Live. I've been King Ross. You've been a dirty mark, and I will see you soon. Follow me on Twitter at Follow WhatCulture at WhatCulture WWE. Good.
Monday, March 6th, live from Newcastle, and free on YouTube. Liam Slater challenges the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes for the WCPW Internet Championship. In association with Revolution Pro Wrestling, the villain Marty Scurll takes on David Starr. The Mexican sensation El Ligero and Gabriel Kidd versus the Kiwi buzzsaw Travis Banks and the Iron Man Joe Coffey. Delirious versus Silas Young in a Ring of Honor showcase match. Former general manager Martin Kirby versus the Oddity BT Gunn. Match 6 in the best of 7 series, Rampage Primate in a chain match. Making her WCPW in-ring debut, Viper takes on Little Miss Roxy. And Drew Galloway will defend his WCPW championship against the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay. WCPW proudly presents Exit Wounds. Monday, March 6th, 7:30, 2:30 Eastern. Tickets still available at wc.pw.